IFBB Pro from Canada. I'm here with Robbie Duran and my training partner Paul Lozon. Robbie came down from New York last night to come see me in Windsor at my home base, but we had a little trouble at the border. And Mr. Lozon here, our customs officer friend, wasn't able to help, so Robbie had to stay in Detroit, which is about 20 minutes from where I live. So we're training at Powerhouse Gym in Dearborn. So it's not my home base, not familiar with it, but it looks like a pretty good gym and they got pretty good equipment, so we're going to make the best of it. We're going to be doing quads today. I'm going to be training hams and calves a little later on, but because of the situation with the border, Robbie's going to get me doing quads, and then we'll try and get some different body parts in tomorrow. So right now we're just hitting a warm-up. About 5 minutes in, warm up the knees, and then we'll get started.
What's going on, MD? It's Sunday before the Tampa Bay show, and that's my lovely automobile that I've been working on for a little while. And, just pulling up to Powerhouse in Dearborn. Robbie wasn't able to get over the border, so we had to change homes for the day on Sunday, train in Michigan. But it was a welcome event because, change of pace is good every once in a while. So, I don't know. Here we're just starting with a little bit of a warm-up. I like to get my knees warmed up. I've had some patella tendon issues in the past, so usually we get like a bit of a 5 to 10 minute bike ride going. Really get the knees warmed up, get the tendons loose, and get ready for the heavy lifting. So after about 5-10 minute warm up, we like to get started with leg extensions, but obviously we're still not fully warmed up, so usually we hit a couple sets. We start usually around 120 pounds, and I usually go up by 50. Usually do 2 warm-up sets, usually 20 reps, and then 15 reps, and then we get into the working sets. So I think that, you're looking at right now my third working set, and we got the stack going right now. As you can see, I don't like to really fully extend my knees all the way because, like I said, I had some patella tendon issues, so kind of, bring my knees up just to the point of lockout, and then bring them back down. The last set, the fourth set of leg extensions, what we've been doing is drop sets. So that last set there was a quadruple drop. From there, we moved to front squats. Usually do 1 plate, then 2 plates. So this is our second set here you're looking at. And, this to me doesn't count as a working set, even though, I like to get a good 15 reps in. It's still kind of a warm-up for me, just, making sure my knees are ready. I really like to emphasize, that your knees are warm and everything's good. So this set of 3 plates is my first working set in my mind. I'm going to get it going now. I got to lift heavy, even though, the show's Saturday. So, most people would go light by now, but, I feel to keep the muscle from getting stringy and to keep from flattening out, you got to keep lifting heavy all the way through. And that's something me and Hani have been working on, and Hani's been teaching me this year, and I really think it's paid off. That's my training partner, Paul. He, good partner, he's there all the time. Doesn't lift quite as heavy as I do, but it doesn't really matter. It's the intensity that matters. And, he never misses a beat, never misses a meal, never misses a workout. So to me, that's the only important thing. It doesn't matter how much you lift as long as your intensity is there. If you notice, we put the plate on top of the quarter. I know some people think that's kind of messed up, but we just do it so we don't have to unload and load plates when it's Paul's turn. As far as knee wraps go, I don't like to use them for every set because I feel like, your knee gets accustomed to them and it becomes kind of a crutch. But I do like to use them for my heaviest sets, just again to make sure my knees are safe and, I'm not hurting anything since I am really low in fat right now, and there's not too much water in my body. Kind of depleted at this point, so we want to make sure we don't, ruin anything, this close to the show or get any injuries that could hinder progress in the future. So, after getting wrapped up, we just get going. After front squats, we moved to, I wanted to do hack squats, but they didn't really have a proper hack squat machine at this gym, so we moved to leg press instead. We're still going heavy, and these are things that I learned with Hani. Like, I worked with Chad Nichols before, and Chad's a great nutritionist, but, we never worked on training together. It was just strictly nutrition, and Hani's more of a coach in the sense that he taught me how to train, and, whenever you think you know something, there's always somebody who knows more. So, Hani really got me to learn to lift heavier and lift more, and basically showed me that the limits I had set for my body weren't really accurate, and that my body could do a lot more than I had originally thought. So I owe a lot of my training intensity and my newfound strength, I guess, to Hani, because last year at 7 days out, I wasn't doing, right now on the leg press, you're looking at 30 plates. And last year, this was off-season weight, not 7 days out weight. So, I owe a lot of that to Hani and him really pushing me and teaching me to go as heavy as I can for as long as I can, because it really makes a difference in keeping the muscle full and keeping it nice and round leading into the show. One of the major differences between my diet this year and last year has got to be probably the carbs. Well, actually, you know what? It's probably pretty much everything is a little bit different. I'm eating a lot more protein than I was last year. I get in my shakes, Nitrotech shakes, 2 a day usually, but I'm also getting in a pound of meat, which I've never done before. Usually a pound of fish, pound of chicken, pound of steak every day. So, that amount of whole food protein, I think, is really making a difference in my strength as well. And, last year I never did that. Last year, I think the highest I went in most of my proteins was 12 ounces. So, Hani's got me eating a little bit more protein. Aside from that, we're also doing a lot more carbs. Hani believes in the low glycemic, carb diet. So we're doing a lot of brown rice, a lot of sweet potato. But really, my carbs haven't dipped below 200 grams the whole time I've been dieting. I generally have a pretty fast metabolism, so we've been dieting for about 14 weeks, but since we've been dieting for so long and I didn't get fat this year, in the off season we were able to really keep the calories high and actually grow into the show. I think, I started dieting at 271, and right now you're looking at me at 250. So I've only lost about 21 pounds, which is a drastic change from last year, where I lost about 50 pounds leading into the Olympia. From the time I started dieting to the time I stepped on the Olympia stage, it was about 50-pound difference. My diet last year consisted of a really, really low-carb diet, moderate fat, and high protein. But it was really short, usually around 8 or 9 weeks, and I would get in shape, but I think the speed of the diet, the short duration of the diet, I think, caused me to lose some muscle in the process. And, I think the longer duration that Hani's got me using is really helping. What you saw me doing there stretching a minute ago was I have my IT band on my left-hand side. My left leg has always been tight, and I've always been working with that injury. So, it kind of got inflamed a little bit there on that last set of leg press, so I had to stretch it out. From there, we went to lunges, and I'm using Hani's FST7 program. So we end up doing 7 sets of lunges here. It's not carved in stone. That's not the workout every single week. This year we trained legs twice a week. But they're both heavy. It wasn't like a light workout and a heavy workout. But, one workout would be what you just saw with lunges for 7s, and then the next workout might be what you just saw with hack squats for 7s. I think one of the main things that I learned from Hani was, one, you can train legs twice a week, and it doesn't have to be, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world, because I thought, legs needed, more rest, but, he's taught me that your muscle can adapt and it grows. The second thing he taught me was when I used to make my own workouts, I used to only usually do one squatting movement in a workout. So I would do, front squats, leg press, lunges, and leg extensions. Or leg extensions, hack squats, leg press, lunges, whatever. But there would only be one squatting movement. One of the things that Hani's taught me is that you can do 2 or 3 squatting movements in a single workout, and your legs can take it. And what I've noticed is it's etched in a lot more detail, really rounded out the muscle. And I think with another year of this kind of training, I think my legs can really be a strong point in my physique. I don't think we had enough time this year to really make them a strong point, but I definitely think they came up. So, like, for example, like I said, this year we would do leg extensions to start, and like you just saw, we do front squats. If they had a proper hack squat machine at this gym, I would have done, front squats, then I would have done hack squats right after that, and then led into lunges or leg press. So I kind of learned, I've really been learning to train. One of the other things that, Hani's taught me is basically you can never really work too hard. Last year, and I noticed a lot of competitors do this, and I was just guilty of it as well. When you get down to the last few weeks, you kind of use it as an excuse to start dragging. And this year with Hani's program and, the extra carbs and, like I said, I didn't get fat, so I didn't have to cut calories like crazy. That's why you're watching me do, 32 plates on a leg press and almost 4 plate front squats when I'm 6 days out. I think, and the intensity is just through the roof. We got done in about 45, 50 minutes as we're just blasting through stuff right now. Post-workout, got my, we're going to cut this out probably a few days out from the show, but we're still early enough, and we're trying not to flatten out. So right now I'm still doing about 50 grams of Celtec post-workout, just to get that little bit of sugar and keep my muscles nice and full. And like I said, probably a few days out from the show, we'll probably cut this out and let the water come out. But for now, I just want to keep the legs nice and full heading into the show. So I'm going to pound this back now, and then have a couple meals. Later on, we're going to do hamstrings and calves. I don't think you guys are going to be there for that, but I'll see you guys tomorrow.